Hello, everybody, and welcome to Access Some Places. It's been a while. Supercoach season is gone. We didn't make the final, but we did all right. I'm your host, Josh, as you know, Jash Lloyd from other seasons. We've got a special guest today, as you can see. Lloydie, thanks for joining us today. Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for having me. Now, Lloydie, I know you work for the competitor, but it's finals, so you're not really out of a job at the moment. So thanks for coming to the show. Firstly, I just want to ask, what do you think of the Bombers? How have you thought the season's gone? Uh, well, mate, it's been stuff. I'm not happy. I don't know what's been going on with the club, but I'm not happy with it, and I don't know what next year's going to be. But there is one team I hate more than that, and that's the fucking Dogs. The Bulldogs. They're getting messy in the street, and they're just really not doing what they're supposed to be doing. What do you mean, Lloydie? Well, getting pissed on the street and having your boys pack yourself up. It's just not on. It's just not good cricket. Unlike our Bombers boys who are they're behaving in Spain and they're doing what they're supposed to be. Draper's been updating his Instagram properly, and it's just better footy, better culture. I'm looking forward to what they're going to bring next year. I agree, Lloydie. Yeah, thanks for coming in. As I said, I'm going to take over my next section, but thanks for coming in, mate. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's all right, mate. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate this opportunity. Alrighty, today we have a special episode, as I said, for finals. We're going to be ranking the AFL teams from what I like and what I don't like. I was going to do a tier list from 1 to 18, but the screen's a bit big, so I thought I'd just do it in one of these tier list makers. So shout outs to Killer Creed for creating this graph, I guess. And yeah, we're going to take a look to see how we feel all this. This is off the top of the dome, as the kids call it. I'm not going to get confused with getting dome. But yeah, we still have the cards here that we mentioned back from yonder back. We still haven't done the card episode yet. I'm not sure if we got the likes or not, but if this video does well, maybe we'll do that content soon. Now, we've got all the teams here in this little thing, and we've got love, like, don't mind, dislike, and hate. So it should go pretty well, and if we had to have new angles, we can. Starting off, I think it's pretty obvious. Me and Lloydie agree. We're going to put the Bombers at the top. That's pretty stock standard. I'm a Bombers man. Always have been, always will be. I said I'm with Lloydie. It's been rough. Kind of putting my head in the sand for the what's happening with the coaching situation, and we have 4 board members at the moment. But the AFLW team's going all right. They've from the smaller stage of the VFLW and knocked everyone out of the park, went undefeated and won the flag. Only had about 3 draws, I think, and now we've come to AFLW, and I think we lost against the D's or something last week, but that's okay. Yeah. So the Bombers are at the top. Now, might come a bit of surprise for any of the diehard Bombers fans, but next on our list is the Blues. I do like the Blues. I reckon just the culture that the Blues fans have. Fans aside, particular fans that like to wear white t-shirts, blue jeans, and have dark black hair. I like the Blues. I like the Blues brought this year. I am going to be focusing more, in my opinion, historically, but mainly this year, if there's any points for the Blues, for example, where there's nothing of them previously growing up. But look, they got a couple of nice faces in the Blues. I wouldn't mind them playing for the Bombers. But I just love the energy that the Carlton boys bring, both in the stands and on the field. Especially, game of the year is the Blues versus the Dogs, and that's probably one of my favourite games of footy I've ever watched. A couple of years ago, and yeah, just the scenes coming out of Marvel Stadium when the Blues get up like that. It's great to see. So I don't mind. I want to see the Blues do well. Second, in the love category, it's the Pies. Some thought they might have gone second. Again, these two teams I shouldn't be liking with a 10-foot pole because I'm a Bombers man. Long-term rivals. But Pies, they're fun. Play good fun footy. Bar Mason Cox. They do pretty well. Playing some good footy, and the games that they've brought to the table this year has been exciting. I kind of hope they go all the way. We'll find out after this weekend. It's really going to show what's going to happen moving forward. So yeah, the Pies. So that's our top three, I'd say, at the moment. I don't think anyone else really sits in the top three. Digging through the other lot, who should we go next? I reckon the Suns. I don't mind them just because they're nothing. I reckon they should be folded. I reckon they have not done the job that GWS have achieved being a new team. I reckon move them to Tasmania, but I don't mind it. They've got some good guns in the midfield, and they're doing their best in the roster with the money they've got, the coaching staff they have. But I don't mind the Suns, so we'll chuck them right smack bang in the middle. As well as I don't mind the Hawks. You know, it's something about the Hawks this year have just been like I wanted to do well. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Again, the playing mobs there. They want to play footy. I think. So I don't mind the Hawks either, but I just think they've got places they can be, and need to be. So I don't mind them. Fuck the Tigers. I was gonna wait this for later in the video, but fuck the Tigers. I hate them. I fucking hate Richmond. Probably the most, I think, out of any team. Just fuck Jack Rewald. Fuck Caution. He's a passenger. Tinch stinks. I don't care. He got second in the comment. He stinks. He went like 0 for 8 against the Bombers in Dreamtime. He went 0 5, but he also kicked 3 out of the full, so he went 0 for 8 or 0 for 7, whatever you mean. But I fucking hate Richmond. I hate staring the sash with them. It's great when, Richmond, the place is pretty cool. Corner Hotel's all right, but fuck the Tigers. I fucking hate them. Might be the most hate. I might hate them the most out of everybody. On the list of this section down here, the Cats. I think part of me, I just sort of, you get taught as a Melbourne-based, Victorian-based supporter to hate the Cats. They've been too good for too long. They keep getting older and they keep playing the same amount of footy and they get bummed out in finals every time they do so. Fuck the Cats as well. Dangerfield's a sook, as well as Jack Rewalt for Richmond. That's why he's down there too. Dangerfield's a sook. Selwood's a cheat. Hawkins is a pretty boy that, you can kick a footy, sure. But they have a couple of green lights in the Cats. I reckon they've got, they got the lights of Tui, everyone's favourite bloke, Zach Tui, and even Guthrie's all right. And that Brad Close kid, I didn't really like him. I thought he was a piss weak little boy, but he puts his head over the ball, so I don't mind it. I don't mind him specifically. But otherwise, yeah, I hate the Cats. I've got to hate the Cats. It's just part of being a Melburnian. Who do I like? I reckon. I think I kind of like Port. I might go through this at the bottom, but I like Port. Port Adelaide, I like Chickson. The fucking Poseidon. I love watching Chickson kick a bag. There's not a lot to like about Port, but part of that, I don't mind a bit of a villain team, and I think Chickson paints that perfectly. Charlie Dixon, for those who aren't aware of the lingo I'm using today. Yeah, Power's kind of got that villain team about him. I don't mind him. And they play some pretty powerful footy. I think they play some hardball footy. You got Squarehead running around and Bloke, and yeah, they've got some more right fellas, I think. So I don't mind the Power. I say don't mind, even though they're like them a bit more than not minding them, but they might drop down. Who next? Sainers. I don't mind the Sainers. I think they're a shit truck of a team. Like any Saint fan you talk to, they're just like they're almost disappointed to say that they're a Saints fan, which is quite funny. It's the same way the Dons. I think you said we have more heart about it. There's no heart in the Saints. After Nick left, I think everything crumbled for Saints, and now he's in the commentary desk. Yeah, I reckon Paddy Ryder's all right, and I've got got Maxi King out there kicking some goals, but I reckon he's got a long way to go. And yeah, a couple of this is where the Bombers players go to die at Saints. You got Carlisle and Paddy Ryder. They've just left the sash for the not even the anchor, the cross. I don't know. Don't mind the place St Kilda either. Although I don't go there a lot. I think I've been there once. Everyone's out of your league or skinny and a mullet, so and they're all together, which is weird. Nothing for us average Joes out there in St Kilda. But the beach is all right. So I don't mind the Saints. I'll sit them in there. I like Sydney. I like the Swans. The academy kids, a lot of them don't like them, but they play some fucking quick footy. Play some quick footy. Play some orchestrated footy. They're probably my flag favourites for this season. I think. I reckon they'll go all the way. I reckon hopefully it might be a Pies Swans final. At least I was hoping at the start of the final series. I wanted to see that happen, but I think now that the way the finals is going, we're going to have to cop that in the prelim, which is a bit annoying. Don't mind the Swans. I did used to hate them a lot. I've come around them recently. I think as I've matured to respect some good footy. But yeah, I like the Swans. Just they play some beautiful footy. I'll say that it's quite artistic from out there in Sydney. Fuck the Dogs. I hate the Dogs as well. It's a bit harsh to say I hate them, but they've just got some shit trucks on that team. It's like Bond's more fucking focused on getting ad deals than playing footy, putting his head over the ball. Cody Waitman, I can't believe I did a list earlier of players I hate. I can't believe Cody Waitman missed my mind. Fucking hate that kid. Ever since he drew those, I'm not going to that game. Fuck the Dogs. Fuck Cody Waitman, Bond, Caleb Daniels with his little fucking helmet. Said I got footy with me helmet. And then me helmet broke and I had to get another one, and the whole fucking Western Bulldogs faithful thought it was a big deal. Get the fuck out of himself. If 5'3", he's actually probably 6 foot, but he may as well be 5'3". I'm not a big fan of the short plays in the league either, just like Will Smelling. And I did not mispronounce. I call him Will Smelling because he stinks. But yeah, the Dogs, they haven't got a lot of likeable blokes on there. I'm racking my brain to see who I do like at the Dogs. And same with Rory McCarron, just a bunch of shit trucks at the Dogs. Even Liver, he's like, oh, he's a good Italian boy. No, he's a flog. A lot of flogs at the Dogs. And even they carry on about how they reckon Caesar's still alive. That dog's dead. That dog's been dead for a couple of years now. We've read the obituaries. He's dead. So they're just replacing him with another bulldog. And having a bulldog as the logo, but like an actual animal, stupid. It's not cool like Skeeter. So I hate the Dogs. That's a pretty solid bottom three, I think. Who we got left? There's a lot of the impartials. I think I dislike the Ds. I dislike the Ds because, again, Maxi Gorn is an oaf. I think he's got some flavour. He's no Draper. But just the fan base of the Ds, it's like you can't claim that you can't fill stadiums come finals or the end of the year after a premiership win because you only have 65,000 members. I've seen more Freo fans at Dons versus Freo on a Sunday afternoon per capita than I have at a D's game, which is a joke. They got a lot of losers running around Melbourne. They got Langdon, I think his name is. I call him Langford because I'm stupid. Langdon and Spargo, a couple of losers in there. Fritsch is all right. Ben Brown's an ugly motherfucker. Like he's a clown. Ben Brown's a clown. They don't have a bumper sticker. I think the D's again have some losers, and they got fucking Christian Petrarca. They've got Christian Petrarca, which is fucking downhill skier. I hate him so much. He's just such a loser. He doesn't try, and he's only going to be a hero when there's 6 goals up in the third quarter. You've watched most of the games this season, most of the games previously, and they go, "Oh, Petrarca's a star. He's running the midfield." He's not. He's running around. He's pretending to be on the ball, and he only gets his possessions in the third quarter when there's 6 goals up. And you watch when they're 4 goals down, track's nowhere. He's nowhere. He's on the bench waiting for some fucking hair and makeup artist to fix his fucking hair and spray some water on his muscles so he look bigger for the fucking camera. He's the guy who's going to run to the microphone when Abby comes on the field after a post game to say how well the boys tried and how we all put a head over the ball. You're a fucking joke, Petrarca. You're a passenger, just like Koshin. So I'm going to drop the D's down because of Christian Petrarca. Oh, that makes me mad. I dislike the Eagles. I think just because they're gutless, and they're all the way. They won the Fortress. I would move them up because back in 2018 when the Dons beat a pretty much undefeated Fortress at West Coast Eagles, went over to Optus and we thumped them. Absolutely thumped. I think it was 50-1 or something at halftime. Um, Another game where I wasn't there at was one of my favorite games to watch. I was in awe. I had my mate sitting next to me watching me just it was otherworldly that game. Look it up. I know I have a couple of times. So yeah, I dislike the Eagles. I think there's just they're a hollow team. They put too much money into a stadium. They don't fill out properly. I mean, the West Coast face will come out, I'm sure, but it's just something wrong with that team. Um, and Nick Nat sleeps on the floor. It's because he's really tall and like built. But Nick Nat, like, he's just he needs to retire. I think he's just his body can't keep up with him. So I dislike the West Coast Eagles. I'll put them down there. Speaking of people who can't put their bodies strapped together by tape, the Dockers. I think on the low end don't mind them. They might drop down a dislike. Speaking of Fife is they've got a captain similar to the Dons with Hep. I'm sure. I'm not afraid to admit it. Hep is not that good. Freo, they've got some. I guess they've got some cool guys. I mean, Roy Lobb's gone into this whole new he's gone in the peroxide boys, and he looks scary. He looks fresh out of prison. Roy Lobb. He may as well be. Um, and yeah, I just think the Dockers, they don't lose at Marvel. Check the tapes. I think they've got one of the highest win percentages in Marvel. Look that up. You know who you are. Um, and yeah, they just come over and they can do that. And I don't know if they're good or not ever. Like I think they're good and then they're not good and then I don't know. I don't know anything about them, so I kind of don't mind them. But they're right on that edge of being in that dislike tier. Um, 4 teams left. I've blitzed through this. The Crows. I think I dislike the Crows. I think I might move them as well. The Crows. They've had some good years. 2018 Crows were sick, and that whole I was in the Crows corner in that grand final, and I stand by that power stance. I think it was a good play. Blew up in their face, but that's all right. Got to crack a few eggs to make French toast. Um, and as well as that, you need milk too, which is what that power stance aged like. Um, and the Crows, I think I just like them because they're an Adelaide team, kind of yuck. In the contrast of Port, you got to pick one team out of the two states there. Um, and I think the Crows, I either don't mind them or I dislike them, depending on how I'm feeling and who they're up against. But I think majority of the time I'm not a fan of the Crows because they don't have a Chickson. Actually, they do. They've got Tex. I'm gonna move him up. I like Tex Walker. Controversial. I'm sure he said sorry, yada yada yada. But Tex is sick. I love watching Tex. I love good P forward. He kicks bags. Except Buddy. Um, which I'm waiting for Buddy to leave so the Swans can move a bit. So I actually might swap the Swans around because I don't want Buddy. But the Crows have Tex and yeah, they've got some fellas running around, which is all right. And even um, Phil Thorpe, boy, I can't pronounce his name without having a lisp. Gun, watching him kick 5 on debut and that sort of. They've got some, and they had some clutch games, and they kicked that. What round was it when they kicked the 60-meter goal to win the game? The Crows are fun. I don't mind them. Brisbane. I think I like Brisbane. I think I'm starting to know enough people that go for Brisbane that I don't mind them. No, I don't. I don't like Brisbane. Joe Danaher left us for the Lions. I don't blame him. I think he didn't want to be the star that we were putting him on the pedestal in the sky. But I think there is a ways to go with Brisbane. They've got a couple of people that I'm just not a fan of. Doing a motorcycle Harley whenever you kick a goal, and then the motorcycle breaks down when it turns out you're actually a ship forward. He knows who you are. You know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah, but I don't know. You've got Hipwood, the skeleton, and I don't mind Hipwood. I don't mind the forward line that's going on Brisbane minus that one guy. and their midfield's kind of running. So yeah, I think I like him. I think I like the Lions. I'm not going to hold Danaher's move to go up north against the Lions. So I think I like the Lions. North Melbourne. No, I think the Giants. I think I dislike the Giants. They've got Toby Green, another good villain. When I say good villain, it's a villain who knows how to be a villain. A lot of people hate Toby Green for that, but I think he's just done all right in that sense. Don't really know a lot about the Giants either. I dislike him because they're taking Hurdy from me. Although, pending this video, Hurdy might come home. I don't think he should, but he might. But seeing him in the coach's box kind of hurts my feelings a lot. Same with Mark McVeigh, but I mean, it's whatever. So yeah, I don't like the Giants. I think they ruined that grand final for me. I had such a good day, and I had such a shit game of footy to watch. That was a shock. That was gutless. Absolutely, yeah, they are. I do dislike them because they're fucking gutless. I dislike them more than the Weagles. Move. They're this new team, which props to them. New team, come up to where they are, but then they just fell into a hole when it mattered, and I don't really know if they've recovered that. They're up in the bottom feeders out here with the Dons, and the Hawks and the Gold Coast, but yeah, I just don't like them. And there's some people that switch to the GWS, and I hope they're having a shit one because, especially Victorians, you know who you are. He's not, as far as that will go. And then North. I left North to last because I don't know where to put them. Because I want them to do well, similar to the Hawks. They cost me $50 this season. The bloody shin bonus. That there's something about the culture, I think, that can get them somewhere. Come on, Nevi, I'm almost done. I think I like them. I think I like North, but I do maybe like North because there's always a shootout against the Bombers at Marvel. It's always a shootout. Don't fact check me, but one of my games in person was I think I was by myself and I just watched it God for God. I think it was 100 points each, and that was a lot of fun. So, where are we at now? We're at the 23-minute mark. This went longer than expected, so enjoy this. This is what I'm sitting at. If we have a look, we definitely have the Dons, the Blues, the Pies, Port, Swans at body. I'm trying to remove the body factor, but I reckon it's the Lions, Swans, North. In this row here, I think it might be the Sainers, Crows. Nah, I don't. See, don't mind such as a hard one because I actually don't like the Suns. So move them down there. Don't mind. Kind of half like instead of don't mind. I'm going to change this to half like. So yeah, half like the Sainers and the Crows. Couple of villains in the Crows as well. I don't mind watching. Hawks again, something about them just thinks that they should be all right, and the Dockers as well. And I dislike the Suns. Yep, West Coast the Giants. And I fucking hate the D's. I can bandwagon the D's, but not anymore. So get that tattoo, Jazzy. And I hate the D's, the Dogs, the Cats, and finally Richmond. So that is the order. We've done it. Didn't think it would take me 23 minutes, but that's all right. So yeah, I think that's about it. Lloydie, you got anything else to say? No, I think you've covered it, mate. I would have put things the same way. Maybe the Hawks a bit lower and the Crows a bit lower, but it's your list and I'm just the co-host, so that's all I've got to say. No worries, mate. Appreciate it. This has been Access Some Places. I've been Jash Lloyd. This is Lloydie this way, and we're gonna see you later. So have a good night. See you, mate. See you, fellas. See you later. I gotta play my song. I think that went pretty well. Yeah, that's good. I'll see you later a bit.